All right, we are live. Darren, how's it going?
Yo, it's going. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you might be, fine people.
Looks like we're gonna
Uh,
have my brother on today.
we got Chucky Chuck coming on.
He's coming on Streamer Challenge Live. Should be a great show. He's got a lot to talk about. His show, what he's been doing,
Yep.
his updates and all that stuff. But he's actually going to be talking about a little something deeper. He's got ADHD, so he's going to tell us how he copes with it and all this other stuff. And let me just cue him up, and I will set this right up here. We got some new stuff going, and check this out. This is him as he's doing his intro.
Let's go! Streamer Challenge Live. Okay, what's the challenge of the day?
Watch this.
Rules are simple. One game, one challenge. 122, let's go!
Shout out to Streamer Challenge Live. Everybody, make sure you go check them out on Twitch.
Oh, that's cool.
Go back down. Okay, I'm coming back. Let me sit up. You guys can hang here. You guys are mic'd right now? Alright.
Let's go!
Let him see the button.
Let's go.
It's true. He's actually legit.
Shout out to Streamer Challenge Live.
Yeah, what you're seeing there is just a trailer I created for, so sometimes when people can come over and see like what I do, the challenges I do, so they know that we're real. Once you see a guy playing the guitar, we're pretty much almost towards the end. Oh, it went out. Okay, good.
All right, we're back. We got my brother. We are live. Darren, you are here.
I'm here, barely, but I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. So tell us about the show. Last night you had a super guest on. It was crazy. You were so pumped. If anybody they could rewatch your shows too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's on VOD.
Dude, they rewatched that show. You were out of your tree last night. I was actually, I was getting pumped for you. I'm sitting there playing video games. I see it come across my screen. I went, whoa! I was blasted for it.
Yeah, I saw that on your page today. I didn't get a chance to check it out, but I will definitely
Oh,
today.
it was great. It was great. He was so like out of his. It was just. It took him to another level during the stream.
So that was Todd Bridges.
Yeah.
Yeah, Willis.
Yep. Yeah, so I'm Streamer Challenge Live. What we do on our channel is we go to other streamers on Twitch and we offer them challenges to see if they can win a game, and they get a skin if they win the game. So far, the community has taken me so immensely. They've taken me in and support, big support from them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that's what, because we support back. You
Right.
know, that's what it's all about. Last night, like you just said, I went through, we were challenging people, and I go through Twitch.
Yeah.
I found Todd Bridges. I was like, what? In my face. I could not even fathom. Todd Bridges is bull. This is BS.
Right,
Todd Bridges
right.
ain't going to be on here. This is somebody, and
Yeah.
I clicked on his name. I started researching him, and you can see my face in the stream going, no, whoa. And I was like, no. And then, let's go. And then, yeah, it was Todd Bridges. So normally I challenge streamers that have a lower view count, like somebody that's brand new,
Right.
somebody with maybe like 20, 30, 50 followers,
Right.
100 followers, because we try to help them accomplish getting affiliated. To be affiliated on Twitch.
So is that what Twitch is about? Is a community, like everyone's just trying to help one another? Because like I said, we basically started on Twitch.
Mhm.
But I mean, by my own admission,
Mhm.
it's like I need to work that more. You know what I'm saying? I think we need to work it more.
So normally it's people like when you do the YouTube.
Right.
When you do YouTube, people are watching you.
Right.
People come to Twitch to watch.
Right.
We just have what I do. We have like Juan that's watching us right now. He's a streamer, big supporter of my channel, and I'm a supporter of his. We go in each other's room, hype each other up.
Yeah.
You know, and that's.
Oh, I've seen. Yeah.
But a lot of times
yeah.
though, it's people that are just watchers.
Yeah.
They'll just come on and just watch you.
Yeah.
But the community that's getting built from Streamer Challenge Live and what we do, getting hype. When our streamers come into my channel, right, they also go into everybody else's channel and hype them up while we watch them. So when we challenge somebody, if a streamer's watching my stream, I'll tell them, jump on their stream. Dude, sometimes we'll get people to affiliated status
Just by jumping
just
around.
by
Jumping
jumping in.
on,
Yeah, because we'll see somebody that maybe got like 40 followers. Yo, we'll pop in and be like, this is it. We'll jump in their channel, give them all the follows they need, and then almost get them to affiliated. And then they can start making money.
Gotcha.
So that's part of like the things that we do when we stream. But Streamer Challenge Live, this thing has taken off as far as being anything that I thought it could be. You know, just going from challenging somebody for fun. Now it's turning into something bigger than that, and it's being more.
So what is
helpful.
the challenge though? What is it's not money or anything?
No, so
Like break that down.
somebody
for us.
plays Fortnite. So the game that we challenge is Fortnite. So we have streamers that are on Twitch that stream just Fortnite. So they'll play Fortnite while they play,
And
and they have their own community, and people come in to watch them play the video game.
Oh,
Okay, that's all that people do.
That's
They
big, dude.
come-
That's big. People
yeah.
watching other people play video games.
because you
It's
can
big.
you can talk and chat and you get
Yeah.
that same experience, you know. So they'll come into their rooms. Then what I do is I go into their rooms,
Right.
and I can see them on my videos as you've seen in the intro.
Mhm.
They're on my channel. I'm watching them on my channel play their game, and then I go into their stream and I say hello. I give them a follow, and then I have a little chat with them, and then I'll send out some message. I'll say, "Do you have what it takes to win a skin under pressure?" That's my first message.
Just
I
in
send
their
them.
chat,
Just
room.
in their chat room, I ask them that question, and then I see how they take it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do have streamers that look at it and go, "No, I'm good, thanks." You know, if I had
playing
that
my game,
where they
yeah.
don't know who I am, you know what the stream is, and they think it's spam,
Yeah.
Okay.
you know,
Right, yeah.
which is okay. But then when the other streamers that will say, "Yeah, tell me more," and then I hit another button that says, "Rules are simple. One challenge, one game." That's the first rule. Second rule is how they can pick it. They can play solos if they can play with their friends.
Okay.
The third way is style of game they can choose in Fortnite, and then the last thing is win the game, win the skin. And I tell them, and then I say in the rules, in the last part of the rules is that I have to approve the recordings. So then I can use the recording in YouTube, like when I edit YouTube videos and stuff
Right.
like that. They just approve it, and then I'll be able to edit them and I promote them.
So the skin is just pretty much clothes on their avatar,
Yeah,
whatever you
their
guys call it?
avatar, their skin is thanks. Their skin is an avatar.
Right.
So like I usually give away like I have Spider-Man Zero War codes, which is just a Spider-Man skin.
Yeah.
Very cool. But now the Spider-Man skin is valued at 1,500 V-bucks,
Which is
which in money, it's probably about $12.
Right.
so you're giving away $12 to
Yeah, basically.
win a game that they already played.
Right. So they
Which is
can.
cool.
All they have to do is play. There's nothing else they need to do. No other.
No, I get it. Okay.
They don't have to buy anything. They don't have to sub to me, follow me,
Okay.
anything like that. They just play the game, and if they win, they win. But a lot of times we get really great content, even from somebody that's not winning.
Just all excited. Everybody's.
Just not winning.
It's
Right.
different. It's different when you play the game than when you play the
Right.
game and you're actually going to win something.
Right.
It makes you want to get a little. It gets more intense. And we were
Yeah.
talking before about the ratio of people that win.
Mhm.
And you I forgot what you said. It was around 50 people out of 200 or so. You said.
Yeah. So out of so far 218 challengers, and we had 50 winners so far.
So is it the fact that the people that you're challenging are not at a skill level, or is it actually kind of a little bit hard to get to win?
To win, no, it's actually Fortnite. The way it works, it's based off your skill level when you play.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You know, so
So it's testing you a little bit more as
Right.
you're playing, as you're getting better. It's getting the
Correct.
game gets harder.
correct.
Oh,
So
that's insane. I
so
never knew
when
that.
you play the game, if you're a level 10,
Yeah.
you're going to be playing this. You're going to be playing in the same rooms with those levels
Okay.
generally.
Okay.
You know, but if you have people that are in your team that are higher level, blah 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 blah. But generally, you're playing under the same
Level.
level.
Okay.
You know, and it does get challenging at times. But 50 wins out of 218 challengers. Usually they'll play with their friends. They can play 4 players. Like Fortnite, you can play a 1-player game, a duo game, a trio game, or a squad. And you can play that and do the same type of method where you have to win the game. So it all depends how you want to play.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's good to play with your friends.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's better to play by yourself.
Really.
Yeah. So in that aspect of the concept of what we do.
So there's actually a deeper reason why you started doing this, and
Yeah.
and kind of getting your mind right. You were in a
Mhm.
certain place. Explain that, like how did that how did you realize that you had something going on
Mhm.
and that this actually was like you're almost like you're
Yeah.
out your way to
Mhm.
deal with it, you know?
So I have ADHD, and so does probably a million other trillion people. Like
Mhm.
every person has some type of form of ADHD. There's not just one form. There's many forms.
Right.
Yeah.
My ADHD, I get hyper focused, and a lot of times I'll find myself like doing projects. Like I built a tiki bar during COVID. Like
Yeah.
literally, I broke down a tiki bar. Never did a tiki bar my whole entire life, but I built this bar, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
My in-laws love it. It's in the backyard. So that was done, and then I got into building.
So
Yeah, go
explain
ahead.
the hyper focus. Meaning,
Yeah, that's what I'll. Yeah, so I got hyper focused on the concept. Like my wife wanted a tiki bar,
Right.
right? So she wanted a tiki bar, and she was like, "Here, use this table and just put a blanket over it or something, and then we'll have things and we'll have drinks on it." I was like, "No, I want to really look at tiki bars." And I was like, "Wait, but I can build this out of this and do this." And then I found she had an old kitchen table.
Mhm.
I took it apart, and then from there I just kept building and
All
building.
right. So,
So I hyper focused.
in layman's
Yeah.
terms, because I
Yep.
work in mental health
Yep.
also, right?
Yep.
You you're focused on this table. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, so nothing else
Matters.
around you matters,
Mm-mm.
but this tiki bar,
Right.
and you're gonna build it out.
Absolutely.
All right. So
Yeah, so hyper focus, it makes me learn. Like I get so focused on something, not where it's like I just don't care about nobody. Hyper focus allows me to focus just on the concept of learning. Like I'll go to YouTube, I'll learn how to. Not only will I see something, I'm gonna research it. But the problem with my ADHD too is if I go to do the tiki bar now,
Right.
like let's say I'm gonna duplicate it, I have to do all that same process over again.
over again.
Because I have to relearn everything I've done.
Right.
So
Now, does it fuck with you? Say at 2 in the morning, you're like, oh, I gotta start working on this bar.
it won't, not to the point where I need to do something,
Right.
but I will research at night.
Yeah.
Like if I'm laying there and all of a sudden something pops in my head, I will literally go boom. I need to figure this out before I can go to sleep. Yeah.
When did you figure out it was a problem? When did you say to yourself,
Late.
okay, I got a problem,
Mhm.
and I noticed myself doing this, and this. What were you
Yeah.
doing that were you just focusing on one, like clean a room? I'll clean the cabinet out for 4 hours,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah,
won't get
yeah,
to
yeah,
nothing else, kind of
So
thing.
when was your aha moment?
Like,
You know what? Late. It was late in
Like
my
within
life,
the last
like in
couple
the
years?
30s, like late 30s,
Okay.
late 30s. Um, I started I started benefiting from I started benefiting from ADHD, like understanding like hyperfocus. So actually, it was when the gym,
yeah,
because he would allow me to do anything. Like he would like if there was something that came up, he would allow me to like clean like we're gonna clean out a room,
Right.
or we're gonna build something out of it. He would allow me to just do my thing, like clear it out, set things up, or a project upstairs.
Right.
Let me do the monitors or whatever. I started learning like these kind of projects are healthy for me. Like being able to and if like the projects that allowed me to build myself.
so it almost puts your mind. It almost eases up the racing thoughts or whatever you
Absolutely.
got going on.
Oh
Like
yeah.
you'll have so much going on, and then boom, I focus on this, and everything
Yeah.
just kind of quiets down inside your head while you're taking
Yep.
this on. You could
Yep.
just like
And when I do stuff like that, people are like, oh, when you go to clean something or go somewhere, you have to have like music playing or something. I need complete silence.
Silence. All right.
I need complete silence to allow me just to be in my own head, and then I have like 15 steps ahead. I'm literally I see like if I see something, I see the steps ahead that I need to do in order to get there, and that could be frustrating at
I
at
was
times.
just about to say that.
do you ever put
Because
The Office in the
know, it's
background?
like you like okay, I gotta get there, but you can't miss any steps to get there.
Right. Because I know that if I do, that I won't accomplish that part of it. Just like with streaming, so streaming's so big. As you guys know, it's not just hit play and go.
Go. Right.
It's how you guys have this nice setup. How you guys have you're having this setup, and you have your video playing, and you have this edited here, that edited there, right?
Yeah.
That's the same thing for me. I need to have like I haven't really done what I really want to do with my videos. Like I've been recording since January, really, just collecting videos, I'm not satisfied enough yet with my intros and how I want to organize things to be able to put those onto TikToks. I've done some and put some on YouTube, but not where I'm like, all right, I can mass produce this.
Do you think that holds you back a little bit
Back very, yeah.
when you're micro managing a little corner, and instead of getting a lot of stuff done, you'll perfect this little corner, and there'll be so much more to do later.
Absolutely. But I know that in my head, I know that if I can get this completed, then that will make it so I don't have to relearn it. Like if I go to I made a virtual pinball machine, cut it out. I made it like three times. I made different ones, like the one you have.
Yep.
The his arcade one. You ever see that arcade?
No.
So he has an arcade that I made him like this, so you can play all the Nintendo games and stuff.
Right.
Well, I built all that. Then I did that for myself, the same one, but I made it bigger. And then from there, I wanted a pinball machine, so the virtual pinball. So I made a virtual pinball machine. It stands like it's tall, so it's like a vertical one. But if I have to redo it, which I do, I take it apart and redo it. I have to relearn everything.
Wow.
Yeah, all over again. So like if I come down and help with any setups, I'm literally relearning steps. If I haven't done it in a while, I have to relearn that steps.
I'm sitting here listening to. I think I don't like you're saying. I think people have ADHD and don't even know it.
Oh, 1,000%.
Because I can I'm not even where I'll be, and it'll be so. I don't like chaos.
Yeah.
So I have to remove myself from this. You know what I'm saying? If I don't, it feels like I want to rip my face off.
I have earbuds, so when I go into if I go into
Do you ever get? I remember I was telling you that. I was like, I want to rip my legit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I can't take the chaos around me.
And that's literally like I'm also part of that where I have to. I'm an extroverted, they say, but I'm not. I'm an introvert. Like I need to be away.
Yeah.
Like I love what I do here, and I love being a part of
It's like a switch, though.
community stuff.
It's like a switch
but
sometimes.
I have to, like, if I'm at a party or somewhere out, I'm at a point where I like. You have to put, like, if we would go to like we would go up to New York, and then we'd go all these like shopping at Lake George and stuff. Yeah. I would have to wear my earbuds, not on, just in my ears, so it calms down the environment.
But it's weird, like that environment wouldn't bother me.
Yep.
Like if I, I'm in a bike club, so we, at say a bike week,
mm-hmm.
I'm already programmed. It's going to be loud.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, it's to me it's organized chaos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if I'm at, I don't know, like work and it's loud, everyone's like, I can't take that shit, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
And so people are like, oh, why are you so anti? It's not. No, listen. I need to remove myself from this.
Yeah. It's sad that some people don't really see that part of it.
They don't want to see it.
Yeah, they're like, they think that.
Like you're telling them, this is what's going. Oh, well, whatever.
But think about this. Like during school, I was a CD student.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't because I wasn't good at learning. It was how I was learning. The schools weren't teaching me how to learn. That would help me.
Right.
It was hey, why can't if this kid can study 5 hours and or 3 hours and do this book report and focus on it, and you can't, why can't you? Well, guess what? When I read, if I'm reading, all of a sudden I'm reading, I can read a whole paragraph, guess what? I have to read it all over again because I forgot what I read. And then I'm reading, and all of a sudden my eyes are jumping somewhere else, and then all of a sudden I faded out from what I was reading. I'm in my head thinking about something else. Or I jackrabbited to another direction.
A lot of people like that.
Yeah. Or I'm reading that same sentence over and over
mm-hmm.
and over. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm right there with you.
That's where kind of fixed that in my own head because I used to get like that a lot. But now, as I'm reading, I only take in like the main points of what I'm reading. Like every word doesn't really
matter.
Yeah. I just kind of read through it, and I just like usually I'm reading through something, I'm skimming through it, and I just.
So it's almost like you have the cliff notes.
Yeah, like I get like if I'm telling you directions, hey, listen, go from here, drive past this this business over here, get to that light, take a left, go by this place and that place, and then take a right. No, in my head, all I heard was get to the light, take a left, get to this, take a right. Everything else was not. You needed to be right to the point, or you'll start trying to remember everything, and you won't get to where you gotta go.
So I think there's one thing that's coming up, which It's amazing. At the same time, everybody's scared, but at the same time, I would have loved it with ChatGPT being able to break down. So you know ChatGPT.
Explain that.
You know ChatGPT?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so ChatGPT, if you don't know, is an AI app where you can go into, you just search ChatGPT, you go into the app and you chat. So all you're gonna say is like, let's say there's a YouTube video, which I don't know if you guys know about this part. A YouTube video. Let's say you're like, you know what, that YouTube video is 2 hours long, but you just want to get the clip notes from it. If you copy the YouTube video in there, and you say, give me the clip notes, ChatGPT will go into that video, get the clip notes, and and reproduce it.
I did not know
If
that.
you wanted to know if there's a book, and you want, obviously, if there's
all
a
the main
book,
points.
you just copy it. Hey, just give me the bullet points on this book. Or there's an article that you want to read and bypass all the BS. Give me the bullet points of this article.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I wrote so I have a song called Streamer Challenge Live. It's written by me because I'm taking credit. Thank you, ChatGPT.
Right.
ChatGPT wrote it. I fixed it, but then I had a rapper in South Africa. His name is Hurricane. He rapped it. He took the lyrics, rapped it. I had the lyrics broke. It was beautiful.
Right.
Like it was set so a rapper would know how to do it with chords and
Right.
like. And he made a song and bang.
That's wild.
AI, bro.
Yeah,
That's,
AI.
That's great.
But AI has been doing now. The AI is doing where people are writing. Not to get too off the topic, but people are writing children's books. You can have ChatGPT. You can give it some clip notes. Hey, I want to write a children's book about 3 little pigs, and you can do whatever, right? They'll write the book for you, and then you take that. Then you go into AI. No, it's AI something for pictures. You can tell it what kind of pictures you need. It will draw the pictures up.
And
You
pretty much
select
write
the
your whole
format,
book.
right? You can select the format. Go to Canva, create the book. Go to send that PDF to Amazon. Amazon will convert it into a book for you to sell on Amazon.
Get the God
Yep.
of here.
That's the way they're making extra money now.
I'm wondering how these crazy kids books are getting
Yeah,
into schools.
That's exactly.
I didn't think that a human can come up with half the stuff they're putting in these books, which we know.
Yep.
And they are ChatGPT in the D.
Oh my God! So that's really, but for someone with ADHD,
Right.
like for me, okay, for me, I don't know about everybody else and how everybody else has it, but to have that under my belt, like I write knowledge, like for work, like I'll write processes for how to do something, and I wrote all our knowledge. We have 500 entries right now. I wrote all our knowledge. People think I write knowledge for everybody else. I write knowledge just for me.
Right.
I wrote that knowledge because our company didn't have that, and they would send you an email going, okay, this is how you do it, and then later on they would say, well, we told you how we did it. You have to go check your email, and I was like, no, but we need a knowledge so we can go and search, and say, okay, this is how we do it.
It's pretty much a process.
Right, and that's basically
Like you did here with
exactly.
all of our stuff.
Exactly.
We had he's broken down how to make a shake to the precise, how to clean a toilet, how to clean a bathroom. Like he's broken all that down to where anyone that comes in and they say, hey, I got to do this. Oh, this is how you do it.
Right.
Which is insane how his mind works when he breaks it down. But this is before ChatGPT.
Well, with the policies and procedures,
Yeah.
Our concept was always, if somebody comes to work somewhere, if they don't have a policy and procedure and they mess up, then that's not on them, that's on us.
Yeah.
You know, but if they have
As long as they're following that. Though.
Right. No, if we don't have one.
Oh, true.
Right. If we tell them to do something, they don't have it. What are they going to follow?
They don't know how to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But if they have a policy and procedures, and that's why I came up with it, is now they have to. Hey, say, listen, it's in here. It's in here. You could everything you need. Just open it right here. And that's the same thing when it came to like when we owned a dance studio. We did. My wife did the same exact thing,
Right.
even though it's simple stuff, but it makes sense. And then for where I work now, it is creating that processes. So then I don't get in trouble, and then I started creating SOPs, standard operating procedures, right? Because we don't have any. So I work in tech, so I do repairs and stuff like that. So that's what we do for the knowledge. But for SOPs, the SOPs are for standard operating procedures are for everybody else to go. How do we do something? Like not how do we fix something or break something? It's how do we what's the process for that? Like
Yeah.
if I need to change out a computer, well, what's the actual real process for changing out a computer? Your X says right there, your purple thing. So how do I change out a
Activate?
computer? No, I just hit the X. Yep. One more time. All right, cool. Then you can see your chat. So, and then it would say, okay, if I need to recycle a computer, like let's say I need to throw this computer away, if it's broken, no longer good, right? What's the process for that?
Right.
Do I have to take out the memory? Do I have to take out the hard drive? Once it's done, do we go to another database and remove it from there? And then who approves it? And then once approves, where do we throw it?
So you think
So-
all this stuff that you're doing, it goes back to your ADHD?
100%.
That's what makes you better at this than
Yeah.
somebody without it, or
Correct.
because you're actually completely focused on the process.
Yeah, so when we have a meeting, and the CIO, not my manager or the supervisor,
Yeah.
the CIO, when there's an issue, we'll have a meeting. After
CIO
that meeting,
stands for Chief
yeah.
Information Officer.
Thank you. Yes. So she's the big one right underneath the owner.
Right.
So she's like she's in charge of like all these teams, and probably usually in charge of like 40, 50 people, like big. When we have a meeting, she invites me. And then after that meeting, I'll give her my rendition and I'll break everything down. Like, let's say we have a meeting on, we had asset tags. Like, they were talking about doing asset tags for certain medical devices, right? That weren't being done. And everybody had their idea of how that process should go. I just sat there and I didn't say anything. I just let everybody talk. And then I gave a 2 cents, but I just let them do their thing.
Right.
After that, I gave her like a 2-page document of what I would do, why I would do this, why I wouldn't do what they said they should do, the reason behind it, how much things would cost, because I would research, like we were looking at like the Apple tags for tracking, but then you only could do certain 16 devices on one login. Then we had these other devices you have to pay more money for, but they would track it where these devices go, because a lot of the things that we were trying to track were mobile. So that you had to break all that concept down. But then on top of how we were going to do that, it would be the cost, and then how we were going to process it, we'd find out who was going to manage it. So there's all that nobody looks at. They look at, well, that tag will work good, but you're like, all right, well, what's the real behind it? You got to think about everything else is going to be a problem of how are we going to stick it on there, how it's going to stay. So those are all the things that run through my head when you say one word about the problem.
But that's from, you're saying you give her a 2-page
Oh,
breakdown.
yeah.
But that's from this?
Yeah,
Or is it from a program?
No. ChatGPT doesn't have anything to do with
There's
what I
nothing
do.
that. Okay, so.
Yeah, I was just saying.
So
that
that's
in
you
general.
coming up with, right after the meeting.
2 pages.
Boom, here
Yeah.
you go.
Yep. Literally, I do a data dump, because if I don't, you can't. Tomorrow, don't ask me about that meeting. I'll have a basic idea about the meeting, but don't ask me about the details of the meeting.
All due to that.
All due to my ADHD, like 100%.
So you just go left field and go on rants.
Yeah,
and then it's
like
gone.
I'll do my rant. I'll do what I have to do. I'll data dump, and then the next day, like we can talk about it. Sometimes I'll get triggered with certain things they'll say,
Right.
like, and I'll remember things. It's not like I do it totally blank, but I won't be able to give you like a chat by chat what we just did. I won't remember all those things.
So what's the outcome you got? Like what's your going forward dealing with this? Like what do you like when you wake up in the morning? What is your goal? Like, so you didn't have to work today, right?
No.
So you wake up, you have ADHD.
Yeah.
If you go into the drawer and it looks discombobulated, all messed up, you go, oh shit, I gotta organize this right now. No, seriously, is there you'll try to leave the house and see something like, oh, I better button that up real quick, or can you focus on getting to where you gotta go and doing what you gotta do?
Right.
So extreme wise, let's say a 10 is somebody that can't not. They have to focus on they're focused on everything, right?
Yeah.
I'm more like a 7 or an 8, where I know something needs to be done, and I know like my backyard. If I look in the backyard and I'm like, that needs to be fixed and that needs to be cleaned.
Is it planned?
I need in my
do you
head.
plan
I'm
it
like,
in your head?
Yeah, in
and
my
say
head. I'm
tomorrow
like,
I'm gonna do this, or do you just have to go do it right now?
No, in my head I will say I know it will take this long. I know I have to. So if I'm gonna do the cement, right? If I'm gonna blow it, right? It's got all the shit from the trees, right? If I'm gonna blow it, I know that I have to go downstairs and make sure that things are charged. Okay, that's already charged. So then all I gotta do is go out there and blow it. It takes me about 15 minutes. I'm like, you know what? That relaxes me. I said I'll find time to do that after, at some point. I'll just go out there and do it.
So you make time, or just one day you're sitting down and be like, oh, I got that all set and ready to go. I might as well go do that real quick.
Like I made time, like for this, for instance, right?
Yeah.
I prepped a lot in my mind for this yesterday during my stream, trying to think about what we can do here.
Right.
And then I also have like prepping my neck because my wife is gone. She's in Florida for the next couple of days, so I have a dog, so I know certain times I got to do the dogs.
Right.
But then I know that like I want to sit and edit because I have nobody distracting me, but I don't have a specific time for that. But I knew there was like certain things I had to get done in the house that I would be happy with, but I know I have to still eat, and so it depends on the project.
So organization wise, how does
I get really
having
good.
that?
I've been getting really good at organizing it.
Is it writing stuff down, going through a process? Is it just like how do you organize
Mhm.
with ADHD and not super be focused on something
Yeah.
and not get anything else done? Like the organization, do you have like a weeked out plan, or is it daily? Like how do you figure out what you need to get done?
It's day by day.
It is. So you
Like-
wake up
like
in the
I-
morning
I-
and you're like, oh, today's
I get
let's clean the
anxious.
closet.
I get anxious if there's something that's coming. I get anxious if let's say we're going to we got a party tomorrow. It's going to a birthday party. People we know,
Yeah.
whatever. I get anxious going to that before that goes, and then by the time I get there, I'm okay.
You're okay, right?
But before that, like if I have a procedure, like a
Yeah.
medical procedure, I'm freaking the hell out. Even like thinking the worst, thinking everything that goes on.
Yep.
Even though you get there and it's nothing.
Right.
So with ADHD, from my thing is I'm learning like with streaming, I can go to streaming and not have to. I used to have a problem where I would not know what to do in my life. When I was younger, in my 20s, I would sit there going, I know I'm meant for something more, but I don't have like guidance to point me into like something so I can see if that works for me. I don't have that. Like it's always like, oh yeah, go get your education. What go do this. The only experience I have is going to school. I don't have. I go to I worked at this place. I worked at that place. I worked at this place. I worked at that place. So I don't really have that. Didn't have that experience.
Yeah.
I had to build it.
They're asking right now if being hyper focused makes you late anywhere you go, work or anything like that. Does it make you late, or are you still?
Oh no.
No.
Hyper focus for me. Thanks for the question. Hyper focus to me,
That was Bailey, by the way.
Billy.
Oh,
It
yeah.
allows
Thank
me
you.
to It allows me to think ahead. Like if I have to like come here, I'm already planning when to leave, when to go. So I'm like, all right, well that will buy me some time, and I'll leave earlier so I can just in case something happens.
That's right.
So I try to be on time, like early for everything, because I know that's,
I got a crazy question. Have you ever been on TV trying to find something to watch? You can't find anything. Does that make you anxious ever? Like you're just scrolling through and you're like, there's nothing. I gotta find. There's nothing. Like, does that ever make you anxious?
No, you know why? I go back if I can't find something on TV, I go back to a show that I've watched a million times, like The Office.
Yeah.
I'm an Office collector. I collect I have so much Office memorabilia, stuff like that. Like I go back to The Office and just have it play. Like I won't.
So you don't find yourself getting anxious?
No, because
Being
I have
like,
that
almost like you can't find something and you need something to make your mind slow down or whatever. You're like.
Like I don't drink or do anything. Like because I always had a problem with drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I drank the next day, no matter what I drink, a beer or something, I would have a headache.
Yeah.
So that thanks to the headache, I no longer drink anything. But there's no release for me. There's no like that used to go like this. My mind used to go like this. And I used to not have to worry about nothing. When you drink, you don't worry
right,
about it.
of course.
It puts you at ease.
Drink,
It puts you at ease.
drugging, whatever.
Numbs
yeah,
up.
yeah.
It numbs the whole noise.
Yep.
The one thing, you ready for this? The one thing that makes me like, if I'm rattled, because I do get rattled where I'm looking around. The one thing that fixes me, coffee.
Really.
Coffee.
I just have a point. Go back to that. What was that question that she asked? Or he asked?
This one here.
Yeah. What?
Does hyper focus make them late
Okay,
to an
so
appointment,
let
work,
me-
etc.?
yeah. So
Anxious.
let me see. I mean, I think I know. this person's talking about. Meaning, they're focused. Say if they're at home,
Yeah.
right, and they're so focused on this that it will make them late for another appointment or work, or you know what I'm saying. So they're so
Yeah.
focused, like whatever.
Get lost.
Right.
Uh,
So I hope that I clarified that. So you know what I'm saying. So like if like
Yeah.
you got to leave work at say 5 o'clock, but you find yourself doing this,
Prime
and
example,
it makes
yeah.
you fucking late for
Yeah.
something else.
We got a friend like that.
Yep. So prime example of that is sometimes in the
So
morning.
would that be
right to
hyper
work.
focus also? Again,
Yeah.
people, we're not
Yeah.
medical people.
No,
Don't
we're
take
just
this from
shooting it by the
right,
hip on this
right.
No, this is definitely so for my hyper focus. Like in the morning sometimes I'll check my Twitch because after a night of streaming I don't look at my Twitch. I'll go in the mornings, check my socials, and right before I get leave for work, and I do find myself going, and damn,
Right.
and that will allow me to be a little on the later side.
Oh, see, okay.
But it doesn't, not to the point where I'm like, but time speeds up. I'm never late because I'm always up early, but time speeds up where I'm like, damn, now I can't eat. Now I can't do this.
Okay.
I'm always at work on time, but it's always like, all right, I had to skip that now because I did that.
Yeah, I got this crazy thing with time. I have to be early.
Yeah.
I have to be early.
Yeah.
And in my head, it's always if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late.
You're late.
That thing's
Right.
been in my head for so long that it just kind of stuck with me. I have to be on time everywhere I go.
Yeah.
I just feel like whenever someone's late, it's almost like their time is more important than yours.
I always said
and you
that.
feel
It's
like it's a little disrespectful.
right?
You know, like I have one of my best friends is always late everywhere he goes. It's just his thing. But I didn't realize it. I got caught up doing this, and that, and I'm like, just be on time. Just be on time.
Yeah.
Like beating myself over the head.
Yeah.
Just be on time. Most people have the hardest time with their jobs because the easiest part is showing up on time,
Yeah.
and they can't even do that, so they can't get through their job. So
Yep.
you know, being on time is the easiest thing to do.
I always said that. Listen, I've lost a lot of money. I've made money, but you cannot make up time.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? You just can't do it. And don't disrespect me by being fucking late.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
You know what I'm saying?
you know?
And that's how I take it.
But then
For me,
you
I
also
don't-
have to look at it on that side too. Is that no? I get
Oh,
that.
no,
I
no.
get that because it's the prioritizing part of it.
Right.
But then when you think of it on the side of
What's going on with them?
yeah, and then you got to realize, but then they have to realize that listen, I know that's going on with you, but if you're not this way, this is how I take it. You know, and it's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's on both ways.
No, yeah.
Because it is like I agree with you too, like both of you. Like it's disrespectful to be late and take somebody else's time when you're supposed to do something with
Yeah.
someone.
Time
That's
is
why
precious.
that's why I don't do anything with
Time is
nobody and I
very
do it by
precious.
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like literally.
But now
a lot of
you
stuff.
have to. For me, you have to pop out of your head.
Yeah.
I don't know. And empathize. Is that
Yeah.
the word?
Yeah.
Like what's going on with them and.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's tough.
Uh,
It's tough for me to empathize with anyone that's late. Like it's just tough, man, because it seems so easy. You're
That's-
doing this.
yeah.
And you know what? If you prioritize that time frame, that's where you're gonna be because that's the most important thing to you right now. It's important for me to be on time. It shows character. I feel like it shows
Yeah.
character, honesty. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But it's just my take on it.
But you
I guess
also
if I
have to
had
see
that problem, I'd be looking at it differently.
Yeah, you
We're
also
all-
have to
right,
see that
right.
though. You
Yeah.
have to see the point though. Again, you're saying like that's easy for you, but then think about what's not easy for you.
Yeah.
Go to that aspect of, can you think of things you cannot do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things you can do that you learned about and you can
Simple things
try-
for me though,
Right,
know?
they're
Being on
simple.
time, there's no task for it.
Well, there is a task. You got to think
You
of
know?
the other tasks that they're going through. What's in their head? What can they remember and not remember? It's hard because you think that's like it's like
That-
eating.
Chuck, that is so true because I will blow up.
Yeah.
But not just right now talking to you. It's like and myself and this person had a conversation. We're talking about this now. It's like, fuck, man. It's like you have to really just
Put
come
your-
outside of your head
Yeah.
and what are they dealing with?
But there are people that are lazy. Like
No, that's different.
we can't separate them because I know in my past life that we've had and I'm not going to say people, but I'm going to say that all of a sudden they're late and they're like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, we were just this X, Y, and Z,
Right.
and come to find out later they're like, oh, we were finishing a show. We're like, now that's you don't take back. But like if you're like, yo, I just got wrapped up and or I'm trying, that's a different story. It's harder.
Yeah.
When you're sitting there blatantly
Yeah.
with your feet up on the
Like,
couch
right,
watching a TV
yeah.
show
Right.
and not, hey, I'm gonna be really
Yeah.
late. It sets you to
Yeah.
another place in your head.
Yeah.
It does.
But you do now you see that like ADHD. There's not just one kind. There's not everybody talks about. There's like so my education. So my education is mainly like general stuff, right? But my bachelor's, but my I went for part of my master's before I left and went to dance.
Right.
Was marriage and family therapy.
Uh-huh.
My wife is a therapist.
Right.
So, like when somebody is like, "How do you know you have ADHD?" I'll tell you right now that I don't know about my education. Okay, I partly know, but then my wife all day is like, "No, you want any meds? Do you want some meds for that? Do you want me to put something?"
Like, hell no, I'll deal with it my own
Yeah,
way.
but then that's
I don't
the-
want to sit there and drool.
Yeah,
you know?
and that's the whole thing is I don't need meds because I love
You found
myself.
you found
Yeah.
a mechanism to cope with it.
Yeah.
And it seems like, the stream is helping you out a lot.
Yeah.
And just the small things that you know what the problem is, and you're
Yeah.
working around to make it work and fit into your life.
We had this with Jim Julian, where the people are prescribers
Yep.
are just
Yeah.
popping meds. You want meds. So what
Yeah.
you're telling me right now is you're on no meds.
No.
Right.
Like I'll drink cat if I'm gonna work on. The funnest part is like if I know I'm gonna want to do something,
Right.
I'll drink coffee. Like I can go to sleep on coffee.
Really.
I could drink coffee and go right to bed. Like and coffee does not affect me, but it does this. You know that movie Limitless?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Took the pill. What happened?
Ooh, right.
Coffee. I drink coffee. Boom. Focus. It's weird to say that that's a real thing, but it's a real thing.
Yeah.
Well,
If-
caffeine, bro. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
like
saying?
no, but like the hyper to feel that, not to feel jittery, not to feel like wild, like oh I gotta do this, my mind just like all of a sudden, I focus and everything becomes clearer.
But
know?
you don't have the tunnel vision though.
Oh, like physical tunnel vision?
Tunnel vision meaning again, I think I'm gonna bring it back where,
Yeah.
where you're just focused on this coffee cup and nothing else matters.
No.
Okay, right.
But I do focus on that coffee cup
Right.
and go, if something else, I'm like, this coffee cup's more important to me. Do you want to do this, and this? It's okay, you could do it. I like this coffee cup and I want to deal with it.
Right.
And I want to, I'm getting my what is it, the endorphins, endorphins,
Yeah.
and I'm getting that high.
So using the coffee cup as a kind of analogy towards like a focus
Right.
on a
A
task.
task. So if
Yeah.
I have a task and I really want to do it, like if my wife's not home and and I won't stream if she's home. Not because I don't want to stream when she's home, because I spend time with her.
Right.
When she's not there, I have nothing else going on. I enjoy being able to work on this task, and I don't have to worry about if we're gonna eat dinner. I don't have to worry about if we're going somewhere. You know what? I'm in my own world, and now I can do my own thing.
So overall, the take
Yeah.
on if somebody's watching this right now and they're like, man, I think I kind of feel like the same way this guy's talking.
Mhm.
Like, well, what kind of advice can you give to somebody like that? Like pretty much that's what we're gonna try to put out some content to maybe somebody could take a little bit from this video
Right.
from what you do. Like, what would you say if I walked up to you right
Yeah.
now and I said, you know what, dude, I have those same symptoms and I really, what makes you like, I don't know, like
Yeah.
there's got to be something that you can give away from, or just say, hey,
Take
listen,
away.
do this or do that. Like, what would you tell somebody? I have the same problem you have. I everything you just said, I feel like that.
So the takeaway for somebody that has the same feeling or a feeling like what I deal with, like you feel like you're all over the place, find something you love. Find something that you can focus on, that you'll love doing, that makes you happy.
What's that question?
Yeah. Just find something that'll make you happy, and then hyper focus on it.
Read that question.
It says, we just got another question. It says, with ADHD, the brain calms when it has a stimulant.
Stimulant.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree 100%. There is too much stimulant.
So that's why they give you Adderall.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There is a thing called too much stimulant that I've had with caffeine.
Mhm.
If I drink too much, I can't drink. I drink black coffee. I have nothing in it.
Mhm.
And I can't drink like Colombian or anything. I have to have like breakfast blend, and that's what I found that works for me.
Right.
Sometimes people will drink like a Pepsi or a Coke. That will do the same thing.
Loaded with poison.
Yeah, but you also have to be able to focus on, like you can't do that. Like when I was younger, if I was to do that without any tasks, I don't know, I would go crazy. Like if I don't know what I'm hyper focusing on. So being all over the place, I didn't have really much to focus on. But I did. Then I thought about computers, and then I started looking at computers. Then I would study computers. Then I would be in like there's so many. The problem with computers is there's so many in IT. There's so many fields. But I found the one that I adapted with easier,
Right.
and that I can remember easier, and that I actually love doing, and that's the tech part of it.
Yeah. Thank you for that question. I appreciate it. Really.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're going on 46 minutes
Yeah.
here,
Okay.
so we could probably wrap this thing
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Chuck,
Thanks
thank
for
you
coming.
for coming. Yep.
Yeah.
I hope somebody got something from this. That would be really cool.
Again, people, we're not medical professionals.
But we play them on podcasts.
In my head. Next week we have Dr. Matt Kukalo coming.
Mr. Matt.
Yep, Dr.
Magic
Matt.
Hands.
Yep.
Matt.
That should be
We've
interesting.
all seen him. We all are friends with him. We all
Yeah.
know him very well.
That should be interesting because he's well, you'll see.
Yeah.
You'll see.
He's awesome.
Good guy.
Uh,
That'd be a great show.
thank you, everyone. Be safe. Keep the sun in your